exports, but one of our other great exports is our women's football team, the Matildas, and it is just a week until kickoff in the Women's World Cup. And while the nation's hopes are with the Matildas, it's also hoped that they will be inspiring a new generation of players and fans. Former Matildas captain and the co-chief executive of Professional Footballers Australia, Kate Gill, joins us now. Kate, good morning to you. First off, how important is it that we see the long-lasting effect of this Women's World Cup in, I guess, junior women's sport right across the country?
Yeah, morning, Tony. Thanks for having me. As you said, I think the Women's World Cup's going to do a great thing for women's football, and especially around participation as well. And I mean, academies such as this Football Star Academy give young girls the opportunity to participate in the game, and I think it's also about that building community and the social dividends that they have as a result of being able to play football with their peers as well.
And I guess when you look back on your journey towards your professional career, what would it have meant to have had a World Cup, a Women's World Cup, being held in your home country as a kid, looking up to your heroes?
Yeah, look, it's that aspiration piece that really matters. I mean, you can't be what you can't see. And when I was growing up, I thought I was going to play for Everton in the men's team. So to be able to have those female idols to look up to, which are all the Matildas at the moment that are doing wonderful things, and for these young girls here behind me to have those leaders to look up to is just fantastic. And it's, you know, it's great to see how far the women's game's really come. Yeah,
I mean, I continue to be overawed by just the amount of groundswell there is behind this Matildas side. We're just looking at some pictures of Sam Kerr on screen now. We've got a match against France tomorrow evening. It's the final hit out before the World Cup itself begins. What's the kind of strategy going into that, given we are only a week out? You don't want your good players to get injured, but you want them to be sharp as well.
Yeah, I think it's exactly that. How do you balance that out? You don't want any injuries leading into the tournament, but you also want to be able to perform and get a win as it is the kind of last game and the send-off game as well. But I actually think it'll be a bit of a cagey affair. Most of those games actually are, but hopefully it's entertaining football. Yeah, I'm going to be down there, so hopefully a couple of nice passages of play and a few goals for Australia. But I guess then when we project forward to the World Cup itself, we kick off against Ireland. How important is it to get the points on the board, given it is, I guess, round-robin football? Yeah, I think that first game is always the real game that matters. You know, you really need to get those early points, and Ireland will be tough. You know, they're quite a defensive team. They kind of like to sit back, and they do have some creative players through midfield as well, and they can score goals. But look, we've got fantastic world-class players, and I think it's going to be a phenomenal game, but we just hope that the players don't really get too overawed by the moment as well. Yeah, we've seen only the other day Lydia Williams coming out and saying they're not going to be overawed, but I think 80,000 screaming people at that first match might definitely challenge that assumption. Everyone's talking about the likes of Ellie Carpenter and Sam Kerr. Mary Fowler, she's so young. How pivotal is she for our side if we want to advance deep into this tournament? Yeah, I think everybody is on this squad. We've got such a deep squad with such broad talent as well, and Mary's been great. You know, she's moved from the French division into the English division now with Manchester City. She hasn't been getting as many game minutes as she's probably looked for, but she's really still developing as well. But I think the one to watch for me in this tournament will be Caitlin Ford. She's come off a fantastic season at Arsenal, and she's really just gone to another level in her game as well. I cannot wait for the World Cup to begin. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm sure we'll talk to you across the course of the World Cup, and who knows, there might be a Matilda behind you. Yeah, I'm sure there is. There's plenty. I'm just trying to dodge the footballs at the moment. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you again. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Kate Gill there.
I was watching and waiting and hoping that a set ball would not fly anywhere near her during our chat, because some of them are getting pretty close there behind.
Have you seen the footage of that reporter in the English Premier League? They're doing a pre-match.
No.
And the only people who can see this ball coming are the viewers. It's just like someone just gets this
like
big
a missile.
Yeah, and it's like, oh no. And it's a car crash telly, bang, back of the head.
Oh. What's it called when you play footy? You get hit in the face on the field?
Falcon.
A falcon, that's right.
Yeah.
Have you had falcons in your time?
Plenty of falcons.
Yeah.
Plenty of falcons.
They're not pleasant, are they?
Oh, they're very unfortunate. And then you can't not cry because it hits you in the nose. And you're like, it didn't hurt that much. And they're like, well, you're crying.
You're crying.
Yeah.
Pass the ball, get the ball, kick the ball. Thank you, Tony, for that insight into an aspect of the sporting world. Nate, what is it when